Hey, Janae. What's up, cousin? Hey, Z. What's up, boo? I was about to do something, y'all, and I can't remember. Oh, incense. Duh. Why Adi asking where I'm at? What she mean where I'm at? What's up, boo? How was your day? I look cute. Thank you. Thank you, girl. Y'all, where's my light? This just right. Thank you. One second, y'all. I'll be right back. It's kind of a mix of purples. It's a mix of my purple haze gloss and this vibrant violet lipstick that I have. Janae, tell your friend to come up in here so I can have three so I can get started. Hey, Danny Marie. Okay, y'all. Y'all know three is the green light for me. Let's get this ball rolling. What's up? How y'all feeling? There seems to be a lot of tension in the atmosphere today. Not even for me personally. I mean, just a little bit, but not too much, you know. But just collectively, there's a lot of tension in the air, and I'm just like, do y'all feel like slapping a bitch today? Because a couple of times I felt like slapping a bitch today, and ain't nobody even really do me nothing. Like, to be honest, it's just the vibe. No, I'm just crazy. Y'all can tell me. It's fine. I just want to see if it was just me. Janae said, over it. I'm tired and trained. Yes. Yes. That part. That part. Okay, y'all. So we have a lot to cover. So I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. Hey, Lala. Can y'all hear me okay? Not alone. See, I knew I wouldn't be alone, and I knew my fellow Earth signs would feel me. I knew it. This girl said I slept someone professionally today. What you do? Y'all got me cracking up early in the live, y'all. Early in the live. Good thing y'all don't have one on makeup today. What you do, Janae, to slap someone professionally today? So, y'all, we're in our last quarter Scorpio moon. We are feeling dark, slightly paranoid. We may feel like people are out to get us, or they may be talking about us, or like we may feel like there's some side underlying thing going on that we don't know about. We're feeling very intuitive, like we're picking up on everyone else's energy. A lot of people are probably feeling empathic and emotional. Um, as a function of that, we're going to be more emotionally sensitive while the moon is crossing Scorpio. We're feeling a strong sense of attachment right now. We want to be close to the people that are close to us. We don't want them going anywhere. We want to know what's wrong with them, what's going on with them, how they feeling. And that may be overwhelming and intense for some. So that's just something to be aware of. We're a bit confrontational, but it's just for the purpose of release and emotional transformation before we get to our new moon so we can be ready to plant these new seeds, okay? La la too much for y'all said yes. Thank you. I had to send a strong email with my boss CC. Who's that going on with me? Ooh, that's what's going on with me. Yeah. Yep, girl, that's what it is. And then the moon is in a square with Saturn, because you all know Saturn is in Aquarius, which also means the moon is in a square with the sun because sun is in Aquarius, okay? So with that being said, it's really an energy of emotional restriction and pretty much basically being busy through your emotions. I mean, you're either going to face them and confront it head on, or you're just going to work and worry about business right now. You can't, there's no in between. So you might as well pick which side you want to be on and do the thing, especially while we're in this retrograde, because after retrograde, you're going to have to release it and give it up anyway. Okay. The moon is in opposition with Uranus, which is making us moody. A lot of people are feeling angry and frustrated with this energy. A lot of truths are being revealed, whether it be your own epiphanies coming through, or people actually coming to you and telling you things, or you just finding out things on your own accord. Either way, truths are being revealed, and it's just becoming a situation where we need to accept these truths and be ready to, see them for what they are and move on. I'm sorry, y'all, I had a little bit of a headache. That bum was getting kind of tight and having it up all day. So yeah, that's pretty much that on that with the, we're also easily triggered with this square, or this opposition rather, so that's something to be aware of. It's already retrograde, and then we have Uranus. I can let my hair down with y'all. I have 2 Instagram accounts. Or you was on Facebook. Girl, don't tell me I have 2, because I only have 1. If somebody didn't hack me, I need to know. Oh, you do. Gotcha. Okay. So how come I'm not invited to the other one? Whatever, we're not gonna talk about that right now. See, I just told y'all. There go that energy. Easily triggered. So yeah, moon opposition Uranus is moodiness, anger, truth being revealed. We're easily triggered. Okay, bam, that's the moon. I do follow your MK account. Oh, I'm just making sure, because so yeah, that's that on that with the moon, you guys. And we're in the last quarter moon phase. You already know it's review, reflect, and release. Review, reflect, and release. Review, reflect, and release before we get to our new moon, which is on February 11th. I'm planning something a little special for February 11th. Y'all know I have this class, so it's going to be probably a couple hours earlier than this class, but it's not going to be long. It's just going to be like a 30-45 minute thing that I'm doing. Probably post it tomorrow at the latest, so y'all can have details, but I'm sure y'all are going to want to be included. So that's that on that, period. Venus is in Aquarius. Move to Aquarius on the 1st. No dropping bows, because that's what I want. Venus is in Aquarius. Move to Aquarius on the 1st. This promotes money, promotes new ideas, promotes business success. And this energy really is about friendships. Even if you're in a relationship, it's about being friends with your lover, being able to be adventurous and individual and free, even in love. And just finding that fun in your connection again, without those emotional expectations or societal ideals about quote unquote relationships and what they're supposed to look like, what you're supposed to do. Just allowing yourself to be free. So that energy is going to be very prominent during this time, which is good and bad, because some people are going to feel like, oh, my lover may be a little bit detached, they don't want to be all up under me. And I'm one of those people. I'm needy, And you may be feeling some type of way about that, but it's not, you shouldn't take it personal. It's just everyone wants to be fun, everyone wants to be free and just relax, so there's nothing wrong with that. Also, pouring into your actual friendships are going to be a good thing to do during this time while Venus is in Aquarius, because Aquarius is ruled by 11th house, which has to do with associations, and you kind of are who you hang around. So make sure that you are reviewing, reflecting, and releasing on your circles as well while we're in this retrograde, so that when we come out, you can find yourself in the correct associations and people that can make your wishes come true. 1111 wishes, 11th house, association and wishes. So there you go. Did that make sense? I kind of really just put that together really quickly, but I hope that made sense. It made sense in my head, but may not have made sense to y'all. I hope it made sense. Let me see. Saturn, Jupiter, and Sun are also in Aquarius. Hey, Luna. Saturn is in square with Uranus. This is bringing freedom and individuality versus restriction, discipline, and conformity. Okay, so we're going to be finding ourselves in a battle between those two energies. Also, the fact that Saturn and Jupiter are in Aquarius and Uranus is in Taurus, it's also reinforcing that battle between restriction, expansion, individuality, and constraint, conformity, discipline. Hey Bree, what's up, boo? Hey Champagne Auntie. So yeah, that is pretty much that on that. We have our Mercury retrograde in Aquarius as well. We are feeling logical, observant, and quick-witted during this time. We're very inventive in communication. Now, that can be a double-edged sword, okay? Because you can be petty, you can be quick-witted, you can be quick with the tongue and being smart with the mouth, and that can get you into trouble, especially during retrograde. Z said, welcome home. She been here. Her little butt been asleep. She been asleep. She said she tired. She said, hey, Z. So yeah, we can be quick with our tongue, so we need to watch our mouths. Watch the tendency to overanalyze during this time. Hey, boo. Watch a tendency to overanalyze and get too caught up in the details, especially as it relates to our friendships and communications, okay? I would recommend that everyone read the 4 agreements during this time. If you haven't read the book, go back and reread it. If you haven't read the book, go and get the book and read it. The other day, I did a live, not on here, on another platform that I do lives on, okay? And I was talking about the 4 agreements in the retrograde. I might come and do it on Instagram. I'm going to do a poll and ask y'all if y'all want me to do it. If y'all say yes, I'll do it. But y'all got to send me $1 on Cash App, period, okay? Period. If I'm going to do it, y'all got to send me $1 on Cash App. Everybody got to send $1. So, but no, seriously, this book during this specific time is a great read. I didn't know why Spirit put it on my heart to even talk about that, but it ended up really connecting with the current astrology, and I was like, wow, this really needs to be reflected on. You know, we definitely need to be being impeccable with our word, watching what we say and how we say it, and also keeping our words with ourselves. Wow, I love it when I be right on track with what you be talking about. You always are, Audie. What you mean? We in sync. You know, keeping your word to yourself and keeping your word to other people as well. See, I'm a person, I'll keep my word to everybody else, but when it comes to keeping my word to myself and my business, I be pushing stuff back. Like, I can do it later, I'll rest later, I can do this later. But I said I was going to do this for this person. I said I was going to do this for this person. I said I was going to be in this meeting. I said I was going to be in that meeting. I said I was going to support this person. I said I was going to do this. So I'll drive myself crazy trying to do all that and then put the things that I said I was going to do for myself on the back burner. While some people are the opposite. They'll do what they need to do for themselves, and they'll put everything they need to do for everyone else on the back burner, and that causes issues. So be impeccable with your word. Say what you mean. Do what you say you're going to do, whether it's for you or for other people. And if you can't watch your mouth, then don't say nothing. Just take a moment, step back before you open your mouth, reflect, review, release, and then say what you got to say before you say something crazy. Okay? So be impeccable with your word. Do not take things personally, because 9 times out of 10, things are not personal to you. No one's coming, excuse me, not gonna say no one, because it does happen. We do have some haters and some people that just ain't shit, okay? But majority of the time, people are not rolling up on you like, how can I piss her off today? What can I do to just get under her skin, hurt her feelings, trigger her? Like, no one is intentionally doing that most of the time to you, unless you have an enemy or a hater in someone. So with that being said, don't take things personally, because at the end of the day, you can't choose what other people hold themselves accountable for, but you can choose what you hold yourself accountable for. So at the end of the day, if you're not taking things personally and you're not absorbing everything and making it about you, then you don't have all this misery, all this anger, all this frustration that's built up. Okay? Don't make assumptions. Again, those two go hand in hand. If you out here making assumptions, you're making an ass out of you and an ass out of me. So instead of making assumptions, say what you gotta say, be direct, ask questions, and leave it at that. If you don't believe someone, move accordingly. Move accordingly. You don't have to say anything else. There's no point in having another conversation about it. Just move accordingly. Period. Okay. The last one is always do your best. Okay. That's as simple as it sounds. You always want to do your best and put your best foot forward in everything that you do. You don't want to be out here half-assing, because your first impression is your last impression. Sometimes I get on here and I'm tired and I'm not doing my best. Like, I don't have everything prepared. I'm not on here as long. I'm not hitting my points. I might not even have a spread prepared for y'all. And it might be someone's first time on here and they probably be like, I'm not watching her anymore. But when I come on here like this and I have everything ready to go, I done make my post, y'all know what we're talking about, people are more likely to come and join me. Okay? So it's the same thing. Always do your best. And then another thing that goes into always do your best is being present. We find ourselves so caught up in what we could have done, what we should have did, thinking about the past, what we've been through, and then where we're trying to go, what we're trying to get to, that we forget to be right here. You can't do your best if you're not right here. If I'm up here talking to y'all, but I'm thinking about what I have to do tomorrow, I can't be present and do my best with you guys and tap into your energy the way that I need to. So you apply that to what you do and make it work for you. So again, I would recommend that you all read this book during this time. It will help you out, give you a strong foundation for clarity, and just relief, because you won't be so much in your head. All this Aquarian energy is putting us in our heads, and we need to just come back down to earth a little bit, and this book will help bring you back down to earth. So I would recommend that you all read this. I always talk to you guys about keeping your word, and there's a passage in here that I'm going to read to you all, and then we will do readings. The numbers today are, I didn't pre-pick out numbers, so let me think. Hold on. You need to put 11, 22, or 33 in the comments, and then I will pull your messages accordingly, and we'll do our retrograde reading, okay? 11, 22, or 33. If you put another number, you're not going to get a reading, because these are going to be by number. They will not be by person, okay, you guys? Only for the sake of time. Let me see. Let me find it. Your word is the power that you have to create. Your word is the gift that comes directly from God. The Gospel of John in the Bible, speaking of the creation of the universe, says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word is God." Through the Word, you express your creative power. It is through the Word that you manifest everything. Regardless of what language you speak, your intent manifests through the Word. What you dream, what you feel, and what you really are will be manifested through the Word. The Word is not just a sound or a written symbol. The word is a force. It is the power you have to express and communicate, to think and thereby to create the events in your life. You can speak. What other animal on the planet can speak? The word is the most powerful tool you have as a human. It is the tool of magic. But like a sword with two edges, your word can create the most beautiful dream, or your word can destroy everything around you. One edge is the misuse of the word, which creates a living hell. The other edge is the impeccability of the word, which will only create beauty, love, and heaven on earth. Depending upon how it is used, the word can set you free or it can enslave you, even more than you know. All the magic you possess is based on your word. Your word is pure magic, and the misuse of your word is black magic. The word is so powerful that one word can change a life or destroy the lives of millions of people. Some years ago, one man in Germany, by the use of one word, manipulated a whole country of the most intelligent people. He led them into a world with war, just with the power of his word. He convinced others to commit the most atrocious acts of violence. He activated people's fear with the word, and like a big explosion, there was a killing and a war all around the world. All over the world, humans destroyed other humans because they were afraid of each other. Hitler's word, based on fear-generated beliefs and agreements, will be remembered for centuries. Think about that, y'all. Think about that. Just think about that. Think about all of the things Trump said while he was in office, and the division, the chaos, the craziness that incited as it activated these certain things in people. Okay? Like, just think about that. Think about how the things you say to yourself activate you on a day-to-day basis. Think about how the things that you say to the people that you love activate them on a day-to-day basis. And ask yourself, do I need to be more impeccable with my word? Like, seriously, ask yourself, do I need to be more impeccable with my word? And if the answer is yes, decide how you're going to do that. And decide to do it today, not tomorrow. And work on it consciously and effectively every day. Because your word is powerful. Your word is all you have. If you can't speak, what you going to do? Even if you were to write it down, written word might as well be the same as spoken word. So if you can't write, you can't speak, what you gonna do? If you don't know sign language and the people around you don't, how are you gonna communicate? How are you gonna get anything done? What are you gonna do? So use it wisely. Use it as the power that it is. All right, I'm done. Listen to try. I'm done. All right. Let's see. We're going to start with 11. If you chose 11, y'all know I love using star seeds for 11. So I'm going to do that. Not a damn thing. Exactly. Thank you, Audie, for commenting that. Look at y'all on point today, commenting y'all numbers. I didn't see anyone comment 33. I don't know if I missed y'all comments or what. These cards are so sharp, they be hurting my hands. There was one? Okay. 33, you're being called to recognize who you are and stop trying to conform to societal beliefs of what you feel like you should have had by now or who you should have been by now. You need to stand strong in your confidence and remember that you are who you say you are. You are who you present to the world. So even if you feel like, hey, Hattie Boo, even if you feel like you are lacking in some area, or you feel like you may need strength or knowledge in some area, you're welcome, boo. Um, Understand that you're on a bridge right now. You're on the bridge between spiritual and physical. You're on the bridge between mental and emotional. And I was talking earlier about how intellectual and mental aren't always the same thing, because there are things that we know from a deep place of just knowing, you know what I'm saying? And there's thoughts that we have that come to our mind. But intellect are things that we learn. And as humans, our intellect is just as powerful as our word. That's why there's so much power in knowledge. The Hierophant represents knowledge just as much as it represents tradition. Okay, so it is intellect, which is that bridge between spiritual and physical, because you know how to merge the two. You've been through that initiation. You have the knowledge. So instead of you thinking that you're supposed to hold this expectation, this high ideal of yourself, instead of holding on to that, hold on to the fact that you have crossed that bridge and stand strong in that. Does that make sense, you guys? And then as the Queen of Wands, you stand in confidence, you stand in beauty, you stand in grace. You can stand on your own, you can be self-sufficient, you can be abundant, because you work directly with spirit and you take action because you're not afraid. Called soul gifts and training, it's time to step up again. It's time for you to stop denying your calling because you feel like you're not good enough, or because you feel like you wouldn't be successful, or because of what other people say, or because of what how society sees it. It's time for you to give that up. That's for 11s. All right, 22. Let me put these cards up first, because, oh, y'all, big cards everywhere. Be driving me crazy. Driving me crazy. Y'all know this is my song. Say that I'm looking different. Hey, Tiki. Remember my keys. No phone. Make that change, bitch. I ain't got no flash baggage. Yes. Memories. Get to you. I learned my lesson. I ain't coming. Hey. It is. Hotels is a bop. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. Hotels is a bop. I do not own the rights to this music. I don't know what label Jasmine Sullivan is signed to, but MCA, Sony, whoever. Thank y'all. Pick up your Okay, 22s, my babies. Forgiveness, 96, forgiveness. You need to forgive yourself. You need to forgive others. The number 9 represents completion, resolution, and closure. There's something that you maybe have gone through that you're holding on to as trauma, and you think that it makes you a martyr. You think that it is a badge of honor, and it probably is because you're a survivor, right? But on the other side of that, you don't want to identify so firmly with your trauma that you become your trauma, and then you continue to relive it and continue to stay in that karmic cycle. So forgive yourself for being that person who went through that, who allowed yourself to be that person, to put someone else through that or put yourself through that. And go to 6, that harmonizing point of center, where you feel like you are victorious, you feel like you have the strength and dedication to be able to move forward. You know what I'm saying? That healing point. You have self-love. So here again with the energy of 6 and healing, but 1, new beginnings in the seed, baby. Self-love. Always love on yourself, because you can't pour out from an empty cup, and that starts with forgiveness. You gotta let go of that guilt and shame to be able to properly dive into self-love for real. And then domestic harmony. Obviously, there's some things that you need to forgive within yourself. There's some time that you need to spend with yourself in order for this to be a thing for you, because right now it's not. So in order to get there, 4 and 6, 4 is the security, the stability, the domestic harmony. 4th house, the family, okay? The grace, the mercy, the highs, the lows, standing firm on that structure through earth, fire, water, and air. When the sun goes north, south, east, and west, which it doesn't, but I'm just saying 4 directions, y'all, okay? The 4 directions, the 4 elements, the highs, the lows, the left, the right. There's a reason. 4 is that stability, that security, that structure. 4 is the number of abundance, because you can stand strong at 4. And then 6 again, that healing, okay? The new beginning with the experience that you've already gained. You don't have to forget your experience, but you don't have to identify with it and attach it to yourself. And then 10, the new beginning, the rebirth, okay? Domestic harmony, creating that domestic stability. Okay, so how can we go about getting these things? Travel. Obviously, it's COVID. We probably can't travel right now. People traveling anyways. Y'all can do what y'all want. I'm not going to judge y'all lives. But go somewhere that you normally don't go within your same city. Yeah, it did. The 6 came up in all 3 cards. Go somewhere that you normally don't go within your same city. Go to a new coffee shop and get a different cup of coffee than you normally get. You know, go outside and go hiking. Go see a friend that you haven't seen in a while and wear a mask. Do something that you have not done in a while. You know what I'm saying? You have bake. Get in the kitchen and create. You may think it's laborious, but it's fun once you get in there and you start mixing stuff up, decorating, putting icing on things, making cookies. You can make some canvas butter. There's so many different things that you could do with baking, but it can be meditative if you allow it to. So baking, maybe that's going to be your form of self-care. And then read. Y'all know I'm an avid reader, so I always say pick up a book, pick up a Kindle, get you an audio book. Reading is very meditative, and it enhances your knowledge, which enhances your intellect, and I just told y'all about that. So there you go. That's for 22s. All right, 22s, is it hitting or nah? Thank you, Adi, for this deck. I've been using it more, and I really like it. I just said that cooking is my release and that I wanted to bake it. Y'all, I love like Showtime business movies like Cadillac Records, Sparkle, The 5 Heartbeats, Dreamgirls, Ray, What's Love Got to Do with It? Like those types of movies. I know that was random, but the song is on, so that's what made me think of it. Those types of movies I just love. I can watch them over and over again, and I be singing all the songs. And Deshauna, she'd be like, seriously, do we have to watch this? Can we fast forward through them singing? And I'm like, that's the point of the movie. She don't be wanting to watch musicals with me. I missed some of that though, so I'm gonna have to listen to the replay. I've definitely been reading a lot more. Yeah, girl, you have to catch the replay because you know I don't be remembering. But forgiveness, self-love, and domestic harmony. And there was 61, 46, and 96. So that's a lot of 666 energy of healing. So yeah, I feel like those are the key points that I remember. But bake, travel, and read were the actions. I started back reading with the four agreements last week. Girl, you was right in sync. Right in sync. I was like, I don't know why Spirit is bringing it on my heart to talk about this book. I done read this book. I don't know if other people done read this book. I know a lot of people have, but I'm just saying, like, why now? I didn't know, but it came out pretty good. I might have to do it on here. Um, I guess I'll do it for y'all because I know when I do this poll, y'all gonna say yes. Okay, 33, 33, 33 for me. I haven't yet, but we'll buy it. Yeah, it's a short read too. It's only like 140 pages. It doesn't take long to get through. Got me up all night. Always looking in love songs. Fucking long one. Like, give me $20. Yeah, I did 11 first. What's a brands? Okay, 33 for me. Right. So, to be honest, seems like 33 is going through some relationship issues. Um, it seemed like everything was going good for a while, and then things started to reveal themselves, but you didn't really want to see things for what they were. So now it's kind of like you have this burden that you're carrying on your back, and you are not ready to let this burden go, but you really do need to. You'll notice 36 and 33 are on these cards, and you chose the number 33. So, what does 3 represent? Well, 3 is the form of the tree. It's creation, it's divinity, it's your divine feminine power, your ability to receive, your ability um, to allow someone to pour back into you as you pour into them. And I feel like you have not been feeling that. And then you have this energy of 6 here as well, the healing, harmonizing point of center, where you feel validated, you feel appreciated, you feel strong enough to continue to move forward. I'm not feeling like you're feeling that. I feel like you feel tired, you feel burdened, you want the closure that 36, that 9 brings. You want the clarity from spirit that 9 brings. And you're looking to get that, but you got to go through that point of healing first. It says heal heart and spirit, love, passion. You know, I feel like you need to have this love and passion for yourself. Now, it's interesting that you have the snake come out in reverse. I've never pulled that card in reverse, never. And even I feel like if I have, I flipped it over because I feel like it wasn't meant to be in reverse. But this time, Spirit said, girl, leave that damn card in reverse. It's supposed to be in reverse. And you know, the snake, people will say that it represents someone sneaky coming through, slimy to do something to you. And yeah, sometimes it can represent that. But more than anything, the snake represents knowledge and lessons to be learned, because even though that snake kind of slithers up, he slithers up for a reason, and he's there to teach you something. And if you're not willing to absorb the lesson, then guess what? You're going to get bit again by that same snake. Okay? So, I'm going to read this to you because I feel like you're not getting the lesson. I don't even know if 33 is still on here. Who picked 33? And snake is the number 7, by the way, which represents assessment, taking assessment of what you need to release and what you need to magnify within yourself. Z is 33. Okay, cool. The snake is captivating. Its beautiful, graceful movements are often deceptive, dangerous, and distracting. Every snake won't kill you, but don't underestimate that even a small bite might still sting quite a bit. And beyond those harmless snakes, there are hidden snakes that maliciously prey on innocence, ignorance, and desires in the worst ways. Those are the ones in the grass we must be mindful of. So stay alert and never get cornered, because at this time, both flexibility and agility will be necessary to outsmart this trickster. At the same time, we must give the snake credit where it's due. To be able to deceive well, you must be smart. The snake is an omen of wisdom and guidance, as it offers the aura of forbidden truths. There are times the snake card isn't about deception and danger, but rather to simply disclose something hidden. You may not like it, but it is truth. Stay flexible in both thought and action. If it's in love, someone is being seductive and someone is being seduced. If it's not you, it may be happening without you. If you are part of that seduction scenario, know this may not last. Just as a snake sheds his skin, you may outgrow and shed this partner. If it's in career, someone is working against you. Pay attention. At times, a hug can suffocate you on purpose. In health, there's a possible issue to be looked into. So, there you go. There you go. That is for 33. Does that make sense, Z? All right, you guys. I'm going to pull for this retrograde reality check, and then I'm going to get out of y'all's hair. Okay, boo. Time be going by so fast. It's already 10:13. Good Lord. Ten 14 equals 6. I guess I have some healing to do for real. Yeah. I just love y'all. Thank y'all for hanging with me every week. I really appreciate it. You know, I be battling myself sometimes. I be like, should I really come on here and do this? But Spirit always says yes, and I always tend to mind, because when I don't, bad things happen. So honestly, I'm trying to stay focused. I just need something. I just need some love. Maybe, baby. It could be love. It could be love. Petty, petty. Girls can't never say no. Girls can't never say no. That was really quick. Girls can't never say no. I don't know why Spirit said to bring out my Mother of Peace deck today, and baby, she has not come to play. Period. She said, handle me? Who gonna handle me? Okay, girl. Let me see. And you can just y'all, wait till I take seeking lessons and I start singing for y'all for real. Y'all ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing. I'm sorry, Beyonce, but I don't like this remix. And I don't want to hear matrimony. Y'all are killing my vibe. Come on, give me something. Give me something. Okay, I can do something. I wanna give you okay. That was almost a tragedy, y'all. See, I'm glad y'all not like Beehive and like was ready to curse me out. I just don't like that remix. I love Beyonce, but I don't like that remix. Okay, what do I need to recall and heal through conversation this retrograde? The Knight of Cups, my need for romance, my need for affection, my need to be loved and to be held, you know, even sometimes familial acceptance and just affection from your mother and your father, just like as a kid. You know what I mean? As the child in you, not as a kid, but as the child in you. You know what I'm saying? Um, that's what you need to recall and heal through conversation during this retrograde. Does that make sense, y'all? Tell me before I move on. I'm just trying to make sure. I got a heart. I'm assuming that's a yes. Thank you. What habit, belief, or reflection of yourself needs to be released? Have the strength. You don't have to pretend like everything is okay when it's not. You really don't. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to let people hold space for you. It's okay to break down. It's okay to say that you're not okay. It's okay not to show up. It's okay to take a moment for yourself. It's fine. You don't have to be okay all the time. You don't have to be strong all the time. There is strength in vulnerability. Okay? What blocks to mental restoration are you facing, and how can you move past them? The Knight of Wands. You don't want to stay committed to anything. You always want to distract yourself instead of actually finding the clarity and balance that you seek, actually applying the discipline and order that you seek, actually committing to your process of transformation. You don't want to do that. And that is the block to your mental restoration that you're facing. How can you move past it? Discipline, self-discipline. 41 is on this card. I just talked to y'all about the number 4 and structure. Structure, abundance, balance, dominion. And 1, new beginnings. But baby, the 5 is going to be there. The conflict, the struggle, the challenges are going to be there. You got to stand in your house, 4th house, on your home, on your family, on your heart, 4th chakra, through it all. Because at the end of the day, all that shit's always going to be there. So don't focus so much on the distraction. Stay committed and focus on self-discipline. Okay. What part of your shadow self is being pushed to the surface, and how can you honor that aspect more effectively? The Chariot. You're ready to move forward from your heart, and not because it's like I've been through some shit, I'm tired of this, I want to shut down, I don't want to open up to nobody, fuck these hoes, I don't want no new friends, nothing like that. It's just like, look, I know what's for me and what's not for me. I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to be with people and situations that make me feel abundant, that make me feel loved, that bring me joy and completion, okay? And I feel comfortable acknowledging and admitting that. I feel comfortable declaring that to myself and other people. And I'm okay to set my boundaries and be petty about it if I want to, because that's just how I feel and that's my business. And I'm moving forward from my heart. I'm finding the vehicle to move my energy through, okay? So that's the part of your shadow self that's being pushed forward. How can you honor that aspect more completely? Karmic completion. Understand that, listen, you don't have to keep putting yourself through these same situations over and over and over again. You went through the lesson, you got the lesson, now release that shit, move on to the next lesson. Stop bumping your head and going through the same thing over and over again. You got that karma, you got that. Wash it away and let it go. I'm going to read this to y'all because the message in the book just says it so well. So much better than I can say it right now with all these thoughts running through my head from this reading. That's why I be talking so fast and then I be tripping over my words because stuff just be coming all. It's okay not to be okay. Yes, that was for me. Yes, Adi. Yes. This card indicates the end of a karmic lesson or cycle where you have successfully cleared a contract or debt from your past. This could refer to a challenging situation you've recently conquered in your life or a troubling experience with an individual that involved a great deal of effort or pain. Even though there are ongoing lessons to confront throughout the course of your life, you will never have to experience this particular lesson again. This card represents the Wheel of Fortune, where whatever goes up must also come down. Just as the tides are constantly ebbing and flowing, you are being encouraged to adapt to both the highs and lows in your life, for it is in your ability to adapt that you will make your dreams come true. By stating this too shall pass in the face of each and every experience, you will remain centered, grounded, and stable. In order to better your current situation, you're being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of life. Cycles that have cleared you of a karmic debt from your past. So pat yourself on the back and acknowledge your efforts and achievements. By continuing to face your challenges head on and treating others with love and respect, you will be rewarded beyond your wildest dreams. The affirmation is I clear debts from my past and create a happy, harmonious life. I don't know, I just felt like I needed to read that to y'all because I couldn't have said that better myself. Couldn't. So there you go. There you go on that. Okay, next question. We also have the Wheel of Fortune come out, by the way, and I just said this card represents the Wheel of Fortune as well. So next, what truths are you being forced to see during this time? The Wheel of Fortune. So that same, come on, Spirit. Come on. That same message. That's the truth. That's the truth that you're being forced to see. That's why I had to read that. That's why. Because I was like, Spirit, I said I wasn't reading nothing but the Starseed. I said that. I said I wasn't reading nothing but the Starseed because I'm already over almost an hour. Y'all, it'd be funny sometimes to me how this just happens like this. Okay, so that's the truth that you're being forced to see. And so additional guidance and considerations, we have the Five of Swords. This has to do with what I was talking about earlier about conflict and communications. Obviously, we're in a retrograde. We're going to be thinking certain things. There's going to be thoughts flying. I told y'all what's going on with the moon and all these squares with Uranus. This square with the sun and the moon. This square with the moon and Venus. Okay. Conflict. You are gonna feel trapped in conflict. You really want to express yourself, but at the same time you don't. Okay, and understand that it's just the nature of the beast that is Mercury retrograde in Aquarius with all these other transits on top of it. Don't get lost in it and don't say anything that you don't mean. Again, be impeccable with your word. Focus on your own individuality and your own peace at the end of the day. Mind your own business and you'll be all right. When you start taking things personal and worrying about what everybody else is doing, thinking, and saying about you, then that's when you're going to start to have a problem, okay? We have the writer, the God, and the clouds. I feel like this is saying Again, you've already found your vehicle to move through, so use the discernment that you've gained to move through that vehicle, like the chariot suggests. Stand strong on what you believe and don't be wavering for nobody. 28 is on this card. You already know 2 is the initiation, 8 is the rebirth, 10 is the new beginning. Period. I'm not going to say more than that. If you stand strong on your position, you'll go through those 3 rings and you'll be right where you need to be. The clouds, okay. This card came through in reverse. Normally, this would represent a situation where things are not clear. Things are going to be revealed to you during this time. The Aquarius is the light bringer and the truth seeker, okay? So the fact that Aquarius is in retrograde right now, it just means that things are being revealed to us. Traumas that have been buried are being dug up. Triggers that we've ignored are being revealed to us, and things that we have been avoiding because we've been distracted are becoming clear. And so this is absolutely in alignment with that energy. And what is this, y'all? A 6. Upside down, it's going to be a 9, which is completion, resolution, and spiritual awareness and guidance, period. Okay? Now, lastly, we have our star seeds, which is fall into my arms, and earth pulsing. Earth pulsing has to do with grounding yourself, recognizing the pulse in Mother Nature, and spending time outside. I've told you guys that you're going to need to reconnect with the earth. You need to go outside, hug a tree, plant yourself in the ground, go hiking, go on a long walk. Just take your butt outside and connect with nature. Okay, it's going to be good for your soul with all this air and fire energy flying around. Okay. And then fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites extremes of life. I'm going to read this to you all, and then I'm going to give an announcement for business and exit stage left. Hi, Stevian. Thank you for joining. Fall into my arms. The Great Mother ushered you in when you took your first breath, and she'll be there when you draw your last. She knows how challenging life can be, that being human can be lonely and confusing, that the polarity and separation can be excruciating when your soul remembers the oneness of Source. But at the same time, it can be incredibly glorious and sweet. So often we see things as either good or bad. When things go well, we make it mean that we're being rewarded. And when things are bad, then perhaps we've done something wrong. However, we're all here to expand and grow, and it's through the extremes of life that we do exactly that. You're being invited to welcome the highs and lows of the human experience, to let them initiate you more fully into life, the agony and the ecstasy, the beauty and the bitterness. This life is but a single breath in the inextinguishable existence of your experience as a soul. The Great Mother wants you to hand over your loneliness, worries, hurt, sorrow, fears, burdens, and doubts, to lay them on her altar, to fall fully into her arms, to remember that while these extremes are difficult, they can also be magnificent. The more wildly the pendulum of your life swings, the more truthfully you can say, I've truly lived. I am ready to embrace the extremes of my life. I lay all that I'm carrying onto the Great Mother's altar and fall completely into her arms. What a message, you guys. What a message. That was a really, really good retrograde reading. I needed that. I don't know about y'all, but I needed that. That may have just been for me. Hold on, y'all. I just gotta take a deep breath. That was a lot of energy. Woo.